Because it's easy to be short-term popular.
Right.
Right. And then yet it's the critical thing is to have, which is part of Widener's leadership thing, is this issue of courage, the courage which means moral courage, but also the courage to say, this doesn't make sense, and I know it's not popular, but we got to make this change.
Yeah, that's the other thing about me. I was never worried about being popular.
That's good.
People would say
Yeah.
that, but because I wasn't many times. But you know, I do think that's right, and it's hard. I mean, it really is hard because you have to have a safe place to go. You have to have somebody you can talk to. You have to have, when you know in your heart and in your gut that we need to make this change, and everybody's looking at you like you're crazy, right? You know,
because it's comfortable where we are. Why are you asking us to do this?
Right.
Or this looks pretty good, or this division's doing okay. And
right. So, you know, you need a safe place to go and talk. You need, you know, I think one of the biggest realizations I had around my own leadership was when I started the safety business. And I used to go home.
go back to that. So literally 5 or 6 people, right?
Well, I was leading a $3 billion business with, I don't know, 2,800 people. First woman to run a business on a P&L at the officer level for DuPont.
It's 97, 98, or what was it, when you went off
So
and
the
did
boys
this?
were born in 98, yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean, 94. Right. So no, it was like, I took the job in 95, and then it was 4 years later. So yeah, 98 was when I was asked to go lead this business. And I already said no once to the CEO about another opportunity. You don't say no like twice,
you
right?
Get 2 and that's it.
Maybe a third if you're really good. And I was running a big business. That's how DuPont defines success, how many assets, how many people. And he asked me to start something from scratch. And everybody thought, my husband said, absolutely don't do it. Oh my God, you're going to derail your career. One of my ex-bosses, who was a great mentor of mine, said, death knell. I went in the next day and I accepted the job. Talk about intelligence. But, for me, it was the scariest step I ever took in my career because I didn't know whether I could be successful. But I knew that it would challenge me in ways that I would never get if I stayed where I was. Mm-hmm. And, and Chad offered a get out of jail free card, but I wasn't quite sure what that meant.
Yeah, is that how you described it too?
Right, yeah, if you really screw up, we'll find a place for you kind of thing, right? But no, what he said was, I'm not sure this can be done, but if you come to me and tell me it can't be done, I'll find you a kind of job you were in before. But I'd really like you to try. And he was a hard man to turn down when, he would approach you on that. Mm-hmm. So I picked 4 other people. I couldn't even get a secretary to come to work for me because there was no future in it. So I had to go out and get a retired secretary to come back to the company to support us. And I had to promise those 4 people I would find them jobs in the company if it didn't work out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I figured, shit, they believe me, what the heck? I thought I could. Uh-huh. But, and we went on our way. And it was probably the biggest growth emotionally, intellectually, and from a leadership standpoint that I ever had. And I had 3 little kids at home. The boys were 4. Maggie was 8. And, life was full, as they say.